Asking someone, are you okay? Now, there's definitely times to ask that question, but it's not most of the time. Most of the time, there's a better question to ask, especially if the person that you're speaking with is a man. Now, let's consider the range of human experience between 0 and 100. 0 is depths of despair. 100 is ineffable enlightenment. Most of the time, people are probably sitting between 30 and 70, and that is a definition of okay. If you ask someone, are you okay? They could be sitting at 30, which is really not doing that great, and answer the question honestly that yes, they're okay. Now, you can tell your mate's not okay, but he gives you that answer and you don't really get anywhere. Now, if somebody has fallen below there and they're down 20 and going towards those depths of despair, asking them, are you okay, is definitely the right thing to do. And it's quite likely that you might get an answer from them at that point. But it's because the emotion down there is sadness. Now, when we're talking about someone not doing well, but they're sitting at 30 or 40, especially if it's a man, it's likely to be a different set of emotions. They're going to be annoyed. They're going to be frustrated. And so the question that you ask that is likely to get you somewhere is those questions. What's annoying you at the moment? You don't seem yourself. Is something frustrating you? What's pissing you off? And if you ask those questions in that way, you might still have to help the conversation come along, but you'll typically get somewhere with that. Now, there's a dynamic at play that you need to consider. If you're a woman who is going to ask a man that question, you might not be able to get very far because the emotions that we're talking about, anger, frustration, being pissed off, men generally know that if they let that out around a woman, she's not going to feel safe. And that's going to cause him problems because she's not feeling safe. And so he just won't open up. He'll just keep it to himself. And so it's quite likely, if that's where we are, you need to have another man having that conversation. A man is able to have that conversation and receive the anger, the frustration, the expression of all of that, and it's okay. Most men just won't express that to a woman because you're just not really supposed to do that. Now, of course, a man could ask a woman what's pissing you off at the moment, and she can express that and he can take it. And that's probably something that happens quite a lot. And of course, women can obviously hold that space for each other when they're expressing frustration, and they're used to being around that expression happening in that particular way. Now, if a man is below 25, he has likely spent a lot of time in those other states, anger, frustration, all of those. It takes a long time usually for a man to slip through those and go into sadness. And so consider that that's the type of person that you're dealing with. The sadness came after a lot of anger and frustration. And so it's going to need to be dealt with appropriately. And a man probably won't bounce back out of that sadness as quick as what a woman is able to, because he took a lot longer to be able to get down into it. That's all for now. I hope it helps. Let me know if it does. Thanks for watching. See you next time.